Sri Gurubhyo Nama children, welcome to online session. Already we are dealing with power sharing lesson. I gave in the beginning of the pages, I told about two different countries. One is Belgium, other one is Sri Lanka. Both the countries, even both the countries are democratic form of government, but there was a difference we have seen. Belgium, they have adopted the power sharing model. They have enabled the principle of power sharing in the constitution. Even though different languages, different linguistic group lived in Belgium, they lived together peacefully. They developed peace in the country. They were united. They promoted the leaders. They were very cautious. And they have completely accommodated the cultural diversity and regional diversity in their country. Because their main aim was they wanted to bring the people together. They wanted to unite the people. They wanted to promote national integration. All these things we have seen. And we have compared Belgium with other countries, Sri Lanka, where the case is entirely different. The leaders, they don't have any belief in power sharing principle. As already I told you, the majority people there were Sinhalas. They constituted nearly 74%. As they were majority in the country, they wanted to, they don't want to respect the feelings of minority people. Who are the minority people there? Sri Lankan Tamils, already we have seen. As the Sinhala leaders, they don't have any belief in power sharing principle. What happened? They brought the policies that were suitable only for the, Sinhala applicants. And even though Tamilians, they have brought their demands, they were not considered. Those demands were not considered. And these Tamilians, what they have done, they have started to form so many political organizations for independent Tamiliyam. And finally, what happened? Both the groups, there were intense conflicts between one side, there were Sinhalas. The other side, there were Sri Lankan Tamils. So among these groups, there were intense conflicts. And what we have seen, in due course, it has appeared like a civil war. So a civil war like situation prevailed. What happened to the country? The country has been disintegrated. All these things we have seen. And I told about the accommodation in Belgium. We have seen how the leaders, how they brilliantly enabled the principle of power sharing. What they have done, how they have accommodated the regional and cultural diversity in the constitution. And Belgium constitution model already told you. We have seen so many points. And after that, we have seen one more concept also I told you. Why power sharing is desirable. So already I told you there are two different set of reasons for power sharing desirable. One is prudential reason, another one is moral reason. Prudential reason I told you. What is prudential reason? After carefully calculating the losses and gains. So they have formulated these principles. So this prudential reason, definitely it will bring better outcomes in the country. So they will be producing better results in the country when they follow prudential reasons. What about moral reasons? Moral reasons are valuable in the country. So we have seen two different set of power sharing principles. One is prudential reason, another one is moral reason. So under prudential reason I have discussed so many points. Under moral reasons we have discussed so many other points also. Now we are going to see the next page, very interesting page. There is a story coming in this page. Again, this story talks about the power sharing. We are going to see a different country here, which is Lebanon. Lebanon is a West Asian country, one of the countries in Middle East. So in Lebanon, there were two different religious people who lived in Lebanon. One side, there were Christians. Other side, there were Muslims. So there were two major religious people lived in Lebanon. So Lebanon is one of the West Asian countries. What are the bordering countries of Lebanon? One side, it is bordered with Syria. The other side, it is bordered with Israel. So here, when you talk about the population, when you talk about the people in Lebanon, when you talk about the religion, there were two major religions in Lebanon. One side, there were Muslims, the other side, there were Christians. So Islam is also there, Christianity is also there. And even though there are two different religions, people, they were able to live together. Even though they lived together, but there were civil war like situation in the country. Always these two groups, even though they were closer, even though they started to live together, what happened? There were conflicts between these two religious groups. That is one side Muslims, the other side Christians. And this Khalil's story we are going to see. Actually, this page is Khalil's dilemma. Actually, you would have studied in your childhood days, Vikram Vedal stories. So Vedal, it will be narrating some story. At the end, it will be asking some questions to the Vedal, and he has to tell the answer. Immediately when he opens his mouth, what will happen? Once again, the Vedal will move out from Vikram. So like that, here, this is Khalil's dilemma. There is a story where we are going to talk about Khalil's, what happened to Khalil's family. So where he lived and who was his father and mother and what was his ambition. Everything we are going to see in detail. What has happened in Lebanon? Why there were intense conflicts between the two different religions? One is Christianity, other one is Muslim. And after the end of the civil war, what are the power sharing arrangements made by the leaders of Lebanon? How they wanted to share the power? How they wanted to bring peace in the country? How they made the people united? All these things we are going to see in detail. So this page completely talks about the power sharing. Once again, we are going to see a new example. Already we have seen the example in the textbook. One is Belgium, other one is Sri Lanka. Belgium, they have given accommodation, whereas in Sri Lanka they have not accommodated. They have not accommodated the minority section. Now it is also one of the example for power sharing principle, and this example is completely different. We are going to talk about a different country, Lebanon, which is a West Asian country which has bordered with Syria one side and Israel towards the other side. And we are going to say what are the various power sharing arrangements the leaders of Lebanon, what they have undertaken and how they made the people to be together. So shall we see, children? So be ready, I will be asking questions in between. Actually, before moving to that paragraph, I want to talk about a small content here. A small content they have given in this page. At the end of this page, we can see a small content. We are going to talk about two different countries. Already we have seen. One is Belgium, another one is Sri Lanka. So here actually Annette studies in a Dutch medium school in the northern region of Belgium. So Annette, so she studies in the Dutch medium school in the northern region of Belgium. Already you know that in Belgium there are two language speaking people. One side Dutch speaking, the other side is French speaking people. So both different linguistic groups are present in the Belgium. So this Annette, she studies in a Dutch medium school in the northern region of Belgium. So she studies in the Dutch medium school in the northern region of Belgium. Many French-speaking students in her school want the medium of instruction to be French. So along with her, there were students who wants their medium of instruction should be French. So it is very easy here. The parents, they can approach the government. And what is the answer they can get from the government? What is that? Here it talks about the accommodation in Belgium. Already we have seen. They have completely, accommodated the cultural diversity and regional differences. So here, even though there are two different linguistic groups, they were able to live together. So here, Annette, even though she studies in the Dutch medium school, whereas other students are also studying with her, whose demand was they wanted to have the medium of instruction French. So if they approach the government, so Belgium government, they will be getting a better solution. So the problem is already solved because already they have accommodated both the linguistic groups in the constitution. They have given equal representation for both Dutch and the French people. And there is another situation, see here. The other situation is Selvi studies in a school in the northern region of Sri Lanka. Again, it talks about Sri Lanka. We know about Sri Lanka. Who are the majority? They are Sinhalas. Who are the minority? They are Sri Lankan Tamils. So here, what is that? This Selvi, she is studying in a school in the northern region of Sri Lanka. So she is studying, already we have seen, these Sri Lankan Tamils where they have concentrated. They were concentrated in the north and eastern part of Sri Lanka. So this Selvi, she studies in the school which is situated in the northern part of Sri Lanka. And all the students in her school are Tamil speaking. So most of the students, most of her friends who were studying with her are Tamil speaking students, and they want the medium of instruction to be Tamil. So they wanted the medium of instruction to be Tamil because they are concentrated in the north and eastern part. So already I told the demands of Tamil. They wanted Tamil to be the official language. Moreover, they wanted to get educational opportunities and employment opportunities which were denied by the Sinhala leaders. The third one, they wanted regional autonomy. Already we have seen they wanted to have a political authority. They wanted to have a power over that particular region so that they can satisfy the needs of the people in the society. So when you talk about this Selvi, so when she approaches or when her friends, when they approach the government, what is the solution they will give? Here the solution is not solved. They will not be getting a proper solution because in Sri Lanka there is no power sharing arrangement. Is it not? The leaders they are not cautious. They don't have any belief in power sharing. So what will happen? The parents, they cannot, they will not get a better solution. No accommodation is possible. Accommodation is not there in Sri Lanka. Whereas in case of Belgium, it was possible. So in the later case, they will not get a proper solution because the Sri Lankan leaders, Sinhala leaders, they wanted to prove their majority. They wanted to have a dominance in the country. So they will completely neglect. They will not be getting a better solution. And here actually I told about Khalil's dilemma. So we are going to talk about Vikram Vedha stories you would have studied in your childhood days. So here we are going to talk about new story is coming here. Completely here we are going to see about the power sharing arrangement, but in a different country. So what is the country we are going to see here? Lebanon. So Lebanon is one of the West Asian country and it has bordering countries. One side is bordered with Syria. The other side has bordered with Israel. We are going to say there are two major religions in Lebanon. One side Christianity, the other side Muslims. Islam was there. So Christianity and Islam were the most popular religions in Lebanon. So we are going to see what is Khalil's dilemma. What is that? What happened to Khalil's family? What happened to him? So we are going to see in detail now. So here in the city of Beirut, so Beirut is nothing but capital of Lebanon. So in the city of Beirut, there lived a man called Khalil. So this Khalil, where he has lived? He has lived in the capital city of Beirut, which is where the country is Lebanon. So this Khalil lived in Beirut, which is the capital of Lebanon. His parents came from two different communities. So when you talk about Khalil's parents, mother and father, they belong to two different communities. So that is the problem. That is a miserable condition of Khalil. So that is what is that. Their parents, they had intercaste marriage. Is that interreligion, not intercaste, interreligion. Both of them, they belong to different religion. His father belonged to one religion, mother belonged to another religion. So it was they had it was a problem, it was a miserable condition for Khalil, which religion he has to follow. So that is a great disadvantage of Khalil here. So here, his father was an Orthodox Christian. So his father belonged to Orthodox Christian in Beirut. And mother was a Sunni Muslim. So both belong to different religion. Father belonged to Orthodox Christian. And mother, she belongs to a Sunni Muslim. Even in Muslim religion, there are two different sects. One is Sunni Muslim, the other one is Shia Muslim. Whereas in case of Christianity, even in Christianity, there were two different sects. One is, they have given already, we are going to see now. So, his father belonged to Orthodox Christian sect and mother was a Sunni Muslim. So, both belong to the different religion. That is the problem. This was not so uncommon in this modern cosmopolitan city. People from various communities that lived in Lebanon came to live in its capital. So, people who belong to different communities, they started to live in the capital city, Beirut. So, who are the communities, the major religious people there? One set of people were Christians, the other set of people were Muslims. So, the Christians and Muslims, they started to live together in the capital of Lebanon, which is Beirut. So, they lived together, intermingled. So, they were closer to each other. They lived together, both Christians and Muslims. They started to live together. Yet fought a bitter civil war among themselves, even though they started to live together. But what happened? There were conflicts between the two different religious groups. Even though they started to live together, but there were conflicts between the two different religious people in Lebanon, that is in Beirut particularly. We are talking about the capital. So these two religious people, so they had a civil, so as a result what happening? As there were intense conflicts between these two set of people in Beirut, so it has led to a civil war like situation in the city. So actually it was, if there is intense conflict between two different groups in the country, what will happen to the country? What will be the situation? There will not be peace in the country. Peace cannot be promoted in the country. Everywhere there will be confusions. People, they don't know what to do. They will be in a state of, alarming. So we don't know what will happen to the people. People always, they will be in confused state. So as a result, what will happen? Due course, what will happen? It will lead to, it will lead to explosion. It will become violent. In due course, what will happen? It will become violent, dangerous. And both the sides, many people, they have to lose their lives. Is it that if it becomes violent, if it becomes explosive, it becomes dangerous, what will happen in due course? Both the, if you see both the groups, they have to lose their lives. So this was the situation in Lebanon, in Beirut. So actually, two different religious people lived there. Even though they lived together, there were civil war like situation because there were conflicts between these two religions. Next, one of Khalil's uncle was killed in that war. So when a civil war like situation prevailed in Beirut, what happened to Khalil's family? One of Khalil's uncle has died in a war, in a civil war. So we are talking about Khalil's dilemma here. Khalil, he belonged to, he belonged to Lebanon, which was one of the West Asian country. Actually, most of the people, they lived in Beirut, which is the capital city of Lebanon, where we can see two different religions. One is Muslim, that is Christianity, the other one is Islam. So two different religions were there. And even though the people, they started to live together, but there was civil war like situation because there were intense conflicts between the two religious groups. And when you talk about this Khalil, his father and mother belonged to different religion. His father belonged to a Orthodox Christian community, whereas his mother belonged to a Sunni Muslim. So that is the case. So in the civil war, his uncle has died in the civil war. So at the end of the civil war, the leaders of Lebanon, they were very cautious. They want to put an end. They want to put an end to the civil war. So what they have done, they have brought some arrangements, power sharing arrangements. They have brought some principles of power sharing arrangement in order to, already many of them, they have lost their lives. They wanted to put an end to this critical situation, miserable situation. So what they have done, they have brought some arrangements in the power sharing. So they have brought power sharing arrangements. They wanted to enable the principles of power sharing. At the end of the civil war, Lebanon's leaders came together and agreed to some basic rules for power sharing. So they agreed to some basic rules of power sharing among different communities. Already we have seen who are the major religions there. One side it was Christianity, the other side is Islam. So these were the two major religions. So the Lebanon leaders, they were very cautious. They want to put an end to the civil war. So what they have done, they have brought some power sharing arrangements. So they wanted to share the power among the different communities in that particular country. As per these rules, the country's president must belong to the Maronite sect of Catholic Christians. So even in Christianity, there were two divisions. One set of people were Maronite sect of, Catholic Christians. Maronite sect of Catholic Christians. Even in Christianity, there were two different groups. Maronite sect of Catholic Christians. The other set of people were Orthodox Christians. So, what are the power sharing arrangements? Who is the topmost position? Who is that president? So, the post of president must belong to the country's president must belong to the Maronite sect of Catholic Christian. So, which is the topmost position in the country? Presidential post. So, the presidential post should be given to the Maronite sect of, Christians, Catholic Christians. The prime minister must be from the Sunni Muslim community. So, they have shared the power like this. Who is the, topmost leader? President. He has to come from the Maronite sect of what is the Catholic Christianity. And when you talk about the Prime Minister, so he has to come from the Sunni Muslim community. Then when you talk about the post of Deputy Prime Minister, the post of Deputy Prime Minister is fixed for Catholic Orthodox Christian sect and that of the Speaker for Shia Muslim. So they have made the power sharing arrangement like this. So, if it is a Deputy Prime Minister post, it should be given to the Orthodox Christian sect. So, there is another sect of Christianity, Orthodox Christian. So, the Deputy Prime Minister should come from the Orthodox Christianity sect, and the Speaker should come from the Shia Muslim. Already I told you there are two Muslim groups, Sunni and Shia. And the speaker should come from the Shia Muslim group. So they have divided the power like this. So the topmost position is presidential position. So it should be given to the Maronite sect of Catholic Christians. And when you talk about the Prime Minister, he should come from a Sunni Muslim community. When you talk about the Deputy Prime Minister, he should belong to a Orthodox Christian community. And when you talk about the speaker, he should be from the Shia Muslim. So this was the arrangement they have made. Under this pact, under this agreement, the Christians agreed not to seek French protection. Previously, they wanted to get protection. So now it is very clear. Now it is very clear because they have brought the power sharing arrangements. So the Christians agreed not to seek French protection, and the Muslims agreed not to unify with the neighboring countries. Usually for protection, what they will do, if they don't have protection in their country, they will go and join with the nearby countries where their religion is majority. So when you talk about Muslims, who are the bordering countries? One side is Syria, the other side it is Israel. So the Muslims also decided not to unify with other people, other Muslim people. And when the Christians and Muslims came to this agreement, so both the Christians and Muslims, came to this agreement with the in the country, they were nearly equal in population. When both Muslims and Christians, when they came closer, they were nearly equal in population. Both sides have continued to respect this agreement, though now the Muslims are in clear majority. Even now when you see the present situation, majority of the people were Muslims, but they were able to live together. This agreement has made them to live together. So already we have seen how they have divided the powers. So who should come from which community, everything I told clearly. Next, Khalil doesn't like this system. He was He was a man of political ambitions. So he doesn't like this system. He is a popular man with political ambitions, but under the present system, the top position is out of his reach. So what was the miserable condition of Khalil? He belonged to, he is thinking that he was a person of political ambition. So what he is thinking? Under the present system, he cannot get the highest post in the country. And he does not practice, he doesn't want to practice neither the father's religion nor the mother's religion. Father is a Christian, mother is a Muslim. He doesn't want to follow neither Christianity nor Islam. He cannot understand why Lebanon can't be like any other normal democracy. So he is arguing. He doesn't like the present system. This system he doesn't like. Where once again even power sharing arrangement is made, that where the higher superior post, that is the presidential post, should be given to the Maronite sect of Christians. So like this, so many divisions were there he doesn't like. He wanted the present system, whereas in democracy elections has to be held. Is it not? They can conduct elections, and the elected representatives, so whichever community they belong, whichever religion they belong, whichever the caste they belong, no problem, irrespective of caste, religion and community, he can participate in the election. He has to show he has to get the majority of seats in order to win in the election. Just to hold an election, allow everyone to contest, and whoever wins maximum votes becomes the president, no matter which community he comes from. So he is very much arguing for this. He wanted to have the democratic form of government where where what is that? Irrespective of the religion, caste or community, anybody can participate in the election. They can prove their majority by winning more number of seats in the government and forming a government. Why can't we do that like in other democracies? So he is asking this question to his relatives. So what the relatives, what they have answered, with the present system working out very well, it helps us to to make the people to live together. We can avoid bloodshed in the country. So that is they have replied. But when I am in the position of so this Vedal, the Vedal is asking question to Vikram. So what you think about that you are Khalil, and what is the change you need in the country? If I am in the position, so what I will do, what for I will argue in such a way that whether whichever religion, whichever community, whichever language a particular person belong to, so he has to participate in the election, he can take part in the election. I will argue for that. He has to take part in the election, he has to win in the election, he has to prove his majority in the election. So I want to have the democratic principles that has to be followed, so that we can avoid we can accommodate everybody in the constitution. Moreover, I will make changes I will bring accommodation in the constitution, so that different set of people, whichever community, language and religion they belong to, they can live peacefully and happily. They can promote for national integration.